Imagine waking to a serene Siberian dawn, the air crisp with the scent of ancient pine forests. It's June 30th, 1908, and the vast taiga is quiet, untouched by the rush of the modern world. Birds softly chirp, unaware of the cataclysm about to unfold. The sun rises slowly, casting golden hues across the endless expanse of towering pines, painting a picturesque scene of peace and isolation. Villagers in remote settlements begin their day, tending to livestock and preparing meals, entirely unaware that their world is moments away from upheaval. Suddenly, tranquility shatters. A brilliant bluish light, brighter than the sun itself, splits the sky apart. Across scattered villages, people gaze upward in awe and terror as this incandescent phenomenon streaks across the heavens. Eyewitnesses later described it as a fiery pillar, an immense pipe of dazzling flame plunging toward Earth. Its intense radiance is blinding, overwhelming all senses, and imprinting an indelible memory in the minds of those who witness it. Minutes after the dazzling light appears, a thunderous shockwave races across the Siberian wilderness. The ground shakes violently, windows shatter, buildings tremble, and villagers hundreds of kilometers away are thrown to the ground by an unseen monstrous force. The noise is deafening, described as artillery fire or the roar of 1,000 cannons. Yet, mysteriously, no immediate explanation is apparent for this catastrophic event. What could possibly have caused such immense devastation without leaving an obvious physical mark? It would take nearly 2 decades for investigators to finally brave the daunting trek into this remote region of Siberia. What they found astonished them beyond belief. Stretching over more than 2,000 square kilometers was an eerie landscape of utter destruction. Over 80 million trees had been flattened, arranged in a strange radial pattern emanating from a central point. Curiously, at the epicenter, the trees were not flattened but stood upright, stripped bare like ghostly telegraph poles. This unexpected detail perplexed researchers profoundly, challenging conventional ideas of meteorite impacts which typically leave large craters. The puzzling event didn't confine itself to the Siberian wilderness. In the following nights, skies across Asia and Europe began to glow mysteriously, an ethereal luminescence bright enough to read newspapers at midnight without artificial lighting. The strange atmospheric phenomenon was even captured in photographs taken in distant Sweden and Scotland. This extraordinary, widespread visual effect signaled something truly unprecedented had occurred, though its link to the Siberian disaster was not immediately understood. For the indigenous Evenki people who lived in the Siberian taiga, the Tunguska Event was not merely an environmental catastrophe, it was a spiritual crisis. Their folklore was rich with stories of thunder gods and fiery iron birds descending upon Earth to deliver punishment or omens. The explosion, which obliterated vast swathes of their ancestral land and decimated reindeer herds upon which they relied, seemed a terrifying fulfillment of ancient prophecies. The psychological and cultural impact was profound, deeply altering their relationship with the land and embedding the event into their collective memory. It wasn't until 1927 that Russian scientist Leonid Kulik, driven by curiosity and scientific ambition, embarked on the arduous journey to investigate firsthand. His goal was straightforward: to locate the impact crater and recover meteorite fragments. Kulik meticulously documented the destruction, mapping the extent of fallen trees and collecting soil and wood samples. Yet, as he delved deeper, the mystery only intensified. Despite his extensive searches and painstaking efforts, Kulik found neither crater nor fragments of the meteorite he expected. His investigations deepened the intrigue, puzzling the global scientific community and leading to more questions than answers. As the decades passed and technology advanced, new theories began to form around the strange Tunguska event. Scientists gradually converged on the hypothesis of a massive aerial explosion. According to this theory, a colossal asteroid, or comet, entering Earth's atmosphere at staggering speeds, disintegrated violently several kilometers above the Siberian taiga. The explosive force was estimated to be equivalent to hundreds of atomic bombs detonating simultaneously. This airborne explosion would explain both the peculiar pattern of flattened trees and the absence of a ground crater. Microscopic evidence, including glassy iron silicate microspherules and shock-fractured quartz found in soil samples decades later, supported this extraordinary theory, providing physical proof of intense heat and pressure from the explosion. Yet, even with this modern scientific explanation, Tunguska stubbornly retains layers of unexplained mysteries. Reports surfaced of magnetized soil and unusually accelerated plant growth. Trees in the region showed sudden and abnormal growth spurts after the event, with annual rings significantly wider than normal. Genetic anomalies in local wildlife added further intrigue, with mutations observed in plants and insects. These enigmatic findings continue to fuel debates, suggesting that beneath the obvious explanation lies a deeper, still unexplored mystery. Today, over a century later, the Siberian wilderness has quietly healed many of its physical scars. Young pines have risen from the earth once scorched and flattened, reclaiming the land with remarkable resilience. Yet the memory of that day in 1908 endures as a profound reminder of the unpredictable and immense power the cosmos can unleash. As you drift towards sleep tonight, imagine this. What other cosmic mysteries lie hidden, waiting silently among the stars? What other sleeping giants, ancient and vast, remain undiscovered, poised at any moment to awaken? The Tunguska Event, with its enduring enigmas and its lingering questions, invites us all to look upward and ponder the boundless mysteries that surround our small blue planet, suspended in the infinite vastness of space.